Hello everyone, welcome to Simply Delicious. This is Chris B. I am so elated that you have decided to join me on my channel, which I'm having so much fun doing, y'all. In today's video, I'm going to make you something that just came to my mind. And what it is I'm going to make some red velvet muffins with a crunchy top and some blueberries, okay? So we're gonna do some red velvet blueberry muffins. Yes, they are. With a little streusel on the top, all right? So we're gonna get cooking here in this kitchen for you all today. So tell me, how are you all doing? Are you good? I hope so. I hope that you all are faring well, that you are blessed and you are being blessed, all right? So listen, if you like me, you want to pay it forward in every way that you possibly can. And one of the ways I'm paying it forward is by doing these videos. I'm having a good time. I'm hoping that I'm bringing some joy into your home and showing you some things that, some creative ideas that you want to try out and some traditional things that you may know about, but you don't quite do them the same way, or maybe don't do it so well. It's okay. Whatever the case may be, we all want to get on the same page and we all want to connect. And that's what my channel is about. My channel is not going to only be about cooking, because that's one segment of me, but it's going to be chronicling how I do things and how I fare things. I'm starting to open myself up. That's one of the things that I've learned in this pandemic, is to be more open and more creative. I know many of you may be thinking like me and may not be willing to go as far as I'm going, but that's okay. We all have to do our part in the way that we can. Right now, I'm exercising in a more public forum. That's part of the reason why I'm running for office as well, because at the end of the day, as I always say, someone pointed out to me, I want to be able to help people in every way that I possibly can. Whether it's helping to write laws that will affect you in a positive way, or to amend laws that does not need to be in play any longer because they don't serve us, and also to just abolish laws that shouldn't be on the record. Okay? That's my aim, that's my goal as a legislator. Many of you all may not know about the voting process. To those of you that do, you can go to Vote 411, or you can type in voter registration in the state that you live in, and make sure that you get out and make your voice heard. It is dire that you get out and make your voice heard. There are too many people, too many women that were denied their rights, too many minorities, blacks, that were denied their right to vote. For us in 2020 not to exercise the right to vote. Don't disappoint your ancestors. Don't disappoint all those men and women who fought for you to have the right to vote. Exercise your right to vote. When you're 18 years old and you are a resident of the United States of America, you have a right to take part in the democratic process. Make your voice heard. I cannot say it enough. If you don't know anything about those who you're voting for in your area, type their names up, do all the research that you can, try to reach out to them, ask questions, make sure you show up at events if necessary, and just do what you can, because your local candidates are the ones that affect you the most. It is not those that are in Washington that determines what your wages will be in the state that you live in, what your roads will be like that you drive on, what kind of taxes you're paying in the state that you live in, what the cost of living is going to be versus what you actually bring in net. Those are local candidates. Local candidates are mayors, they are councilmen, they're county commissioners, it's your sheriff, it's your judges in your judicial system in your area. It is those who represent you on a state level, which is the office that I'm running for. The House of Representatives is the legislative body. We affect you. I want to be the new candidate for the House of Representatives in my area. This area have traditionally voted Republican. There has never been a Democrat to win in this seat. I want to change history in this county, and with your help, we can do it. We can make it happen. We can make the difference. This campaign is not about me, it is about us. It is about all people, not just some people being represented in government that's getting the benefits from those people that are representing. I'm looking to represent everyone in my area. That's what I want to do. That's my aim. That is my goal. All right? So, please, if you're in Ottawa County in the 90th District, vote for Christopher Banks for the House of Representatives. My candidate is not a good fit. I am the right fit because I have experiences that he knows nothing about, that he can't even identify with. I feel that I am the best candidate for the House of Representatives in this area. Don't be slack. Don't be coy. Vote. You can vote by absentee ballot or vote by mail, or you can go to the polls. Either way, you got to do it. It takes 2 minutes to register. It's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. Make sure you make your voice heard, okay? I can't stress that enough. So now, we're going to go into this video and make these red velvet muffins with blueberries and a little bit of streusel. All right, so let's get cooking. So what I have is a cake mix that I'm going to use as my base. This is a red velvet cake mix. I am going to use some honey bunches of oat cereal. You can use that for the topping. And I have a couple of eggs. A couple of eggs that we're going to put in here. Also, let me get my oil down. Okay. We're going to need a little bit of vegetable oil, and we're going to need some water, okay, to bring this mix together. And then I have some dried blueberries that I'm going to place into the muffins. Dried blueberries, y'all. You know, we got plenty of blueberries in Michigan. So I'm going to put some blueberries in there. And also, I got this cashew crunch that I am loving. Okay, hear me good. Loving, because it's got a good toffee crunch here with some cashews in it. So I'm going to add some of that into this recipe because I'm going to have some fun with it, okay? And I'm going to show you these dried blueberries. Let me show you those. And we're going to get some cooking going on up in here. All right, so we got our blueberries. And I'm going to add some almond milk to this recipe as well, because I personally like the taste of almond milk. In this case, it's going to be the vanilla flavored almond milk. Okay, so we're going to get going up in here. And so let's turn the camera around, do a little panning here. And y'all see everything? I think you can. All right, so there we go. So in this glass bowl, I am going to add this cake mix. Okay, this red velvet cake mix. And I'm going to follow the directions almost. So I'm going to get my glass cup measurement out here, and I'm going to add about a third of a cup, or actually about 2/3 of a cup of almond milk. And this is vanilla flavored almond milk. And then I'm going to add water to this milk as well to bring it up to 1 1/4 of a cup. Okay? Because I need 1 1/4 of a cup of liquid for this cake mix. Get my stuff ready here. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I've been trying to get this out of here for the longest. It got stuck in here and it's starting to bug me. It's always something. Let's get this out of here first because this does not belong in here. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, so we're gonna break up this cake mix with our balloon whisk. Okay, make sure that it's got those lumps out. I always like those to be out of there first as much as possible. They ain't gonna hurt nothing, of course. All right, so I got 1 1/4 cup of liquid here. So I got part almond milk and water mixed together, and that's vanilla. And then what I'm going to do is crack a couple of eggs in here. I'm not going to put 3 eggs in. I'm just only going to put 2 eggs in because I want these muffins to have a little bit more of density. So we can add 3 eggs, but we're not going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is add in a 1/2 cup of oil. All right, so right now it's put me up at 3/4. Okay, so we need to put, let me just get my smaller cup out, my cup measurement, and then we'll get that going. Okay, so where's my 1/2 cup? Hello, somebody. Okay. All right, so what I need is a 1/2 cup. So my 1/2 cup is hiding from me right now. So we're gonna do 2/4 cups to make a 1/2. All right, so I just put all the liquids together. All right, there we go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna whisk this in. Now in the background, what I have is my oven already preheated to 350 degrees because that's what this cake needs to cook at. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I wet this batter, just turn it real slow like, and get this going. And then once all of the dry parts that I see here is basically covered, okay, then we're going to whisk it together because I don't want this to be over mixed, because the more you mix something that has gluten in it, the tougher it gets. And I want mine to be tender, okay? And what you can do to this to help it to be tender too is add some acid. So, and that acid would be vinegar. So you can add a splash of vinegar into it, but pretty much I just want this to be mixed. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in, let me see, because this is a trial. So I'm gonna add in about 1/4 of a cup, or actually a 1/2 cup of these blueberries. Okay, and then I'm going to add the same amount of these honey, the cereal. But what I'm going to do is I'm doing this all by hand, y'all. So I'm just going to kind of crush them in my hand like so. We've got a couple handfuls because you know I'm a cook, so I ain't necessarily measuring. And this is Honey Bunches of Oats. And what it has in it's a bran cereal. And it's got some almonds and some stuff in it. Now, to those of you that are obviously have a nut allergy or something, you don't want to do this. Okay, you can just stay with the blueberries. Don't add the almond milk. You know, whatever you want them to do. That's totally up to you. All right, so at this point, I'm just going to take my spatula here, and I'm just going to kind of fold this in. Okay. And then I just wanted a little bit. I think I'm going to add some more blueberries because I want a blueberry in every bite. Okay. So I did like a handful. I'm really making this recipe on the fly, y'all. This is what I love about cooking. So much fun. I'm going to add some more blueberries. You can always add, but you can't take out. So start with small amounts and add what you like to it, okay? But I just want to make sure that it's a bite of blueberry basically in every muffin. And then I just wanted a little bit of that cereal in there, not too much, because I'm going to put some more of that on the top. All right, so there we go. That's good enough. And then what I got to do is take some Pam. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to put my muffins in this cool little muffin pan I have that's more like a mini, actually it's a mini bundt pan, as you can see. And them some cool shapes. All right, so we're going to put our muffins in these, okay? So we're going to make some mini buns. They're going to be in the shape of a bundt cake. So, what I want to do now is take some non-stick spray. I'm going to put this into this pan. Get each individual some attention with the non-stick spray. Make sure we get the top. And when you spray your non-stick spray, be liberal with it, okay? All right, so I got my handy dandy scooper here so I can have equal measurements. And what I did was, y'all, I paused my video because whenever I have a batter of some sort, once I mix it together, I like to let it rest for a few minutes. And so as you can see, when it rests, it'll start kind of like doing this bubbling thing. And so that's what lets me know that it's ready to be used. So I'm just going to take a scoop of this and go right into this pan. See that? Just like that. So we're going to take a scoop and let the excess fall off and drop it in there. This is what I learned from Ina Garten, actually. This is how she would do it. I like that show. I don't know if she still comes on, but the Barefoot Contessa, I liked her show. And I even more so liked her story, because her story was that she was not a cook at all, but she was a brainiac. She was an economist that worked in Washington, D.C. And then, but she had a passion. She just all of a sudden developed this real passion for cooking and started doing it. Made a whole show, cookbooks, everything about it. So that's inspiring to me. So at some point, I'm going to have a cookbook of my own with my creations in it. I'm chronicling it, of course, with these videos, with the things that I'm experimenting with. Okay, so we're just gonna have even them out. Okay, then we're gonna take a little damp paper towel and clean up the overage. Because I ain't gonna do nothing but cook and burn, so we don't need that. All right, so that's good enough. All right. And make sure you overspray as well, so you can see they're all in there nice and even like so. All right. And then we're gonna bake these according to our box. And so since we're putting them in like cupcakes, it's gonna be less time. So it says 14 to 19 minutes. So we're gonna start with 14 minutes and see where we end up. Okay, so these are going into the preheated oven at 350 degrees. Let's pan around to the oven. There's the oven. All right, so I'm gonna put it on this cookie sheet because we got those. We want to make sure that they don't spill over into the oven. All right, so we put those in the oven. Let y'all look at them again because my phone is always doing something extra. But there they are. They're in the oven. They're going to be in here for, setting the timer for 14 minutes. Okay. So 1, 4, and we're going to start. Okay. So I'll be back in 14 minutes and let y'all know how we doing. Okay, y'all. Y'all let me forget that I gotta make some streusel. All right, so I'm gonna take some butter here, some soft butter that I have. Put that in a bowl. I'm gonna microwave it for about 15 seconds. Yep, about 15 seconds. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do here, I got some brown sugar here, some dark brown sugar, and I'm gonna take some of this cereal, and we're gonna mix them together and make a streusel. Okay, so the butter is melted, and I'm gonna take about I would say 2 tablespoons of brown sugar here, and then I'm going to take some more of this cereal, honey bunches of oats, and I'm going to crush them in my hands. And put a little bit more in there, a couple handfuls, because I'd rather have too much than not enough. Okay. And then we're just going to mix this all together with the butter, with the melted butter, until all of this mixture is dampened. Okay. Just going to mash it together with the back of a spoon to make it somewhat smooth. I don't want it perfectly smooth, but that's good enough. All right. So we got our streusel mix here. Yum, yum, yum. Make sure that that sugar has is smoothed out. You don't want it to have lumps in it, okay? All right. And then I'm going to actually take not many of these because I have to eat these for my snack, okay? But I'm just going to take a little bit of this. I'm not going to be able to crush that up like that. I'm going to have to chop that. So I'm going to get my chopping board out here. Do a little work. Okay. So I got my hard candy here, which is my cashew crunch, and I'm going to add that in there too because I really like that flavor. That's some good stuff right there. I'm just saying. So I'm going to take my chopping knife here and just kind of go through this, cut these pieces up very slowly. Okay, we'll make a little quick shred here. Now, of course, I have a small food processor, But I'm gonna do this by hand because I'm gonna show you that you can do things without a machine. Even though the machines make it nice and easy, okay? So it just depends on how I feel, what I'm gonna do, okay? But I'm just doing it very slowly with my knife here. Now, once I get that going, let's just kind of run my knife through it, like so. Can y'all see me? Okay. So I'm just gathering it together, turning the tip of the knife down, and doing a rocking motion with my hand on the top. You want to be very careful when you're using a knife, because obviously you don't want to cut yourself, you know, or someone. So you just want to be very careful with that. Okay. And then when you're going sideways like so, you really want to like curl your fingers and cut across like that with a rocking motion. Okay. I'm going very slowly because this is hard candy, and I'm breaking this toffee down. Okay, but I'm getting the consistency that I want because I wanted that flavor to go throughout my streusel. So I want to get it in really small pieces and a nice mince. Okay, so just gathering it back and doing a rocking motion with the tip down, bringing the knife down to cut through. Okay, so this is about what I want. Then you do it in a cross section. All right, perfect. All right, so let's take the knife, add that in there. And then I'm going to add this to the top of those that are in there. Let me see if I need some more butter. Just going to gauge it. Probably don't, but let's just see. Ooh, that's good. Then I'm going to spoon some of this on. Yep, it's nice and moist without it. All right. So I'm at the 6-minute mark of the 14 minutes. I'm going to take these out of here a second. Make sure I get that streusel on the top. I'm going to reset my timer for that 6 minutes since I took it out of the oven. Okay, even though it's still cooking. All right, can y'all see me? Let's turn this around. All right, let's see here. All right, so I took those out so I can pop this streusel on real quick that I forgot to do. Forgive me for that. And then we're just gonna spoon a little bit on the top. I'm just going to start in the center. And I want it in on the actual cup, on the actual muffin rather. Okay, waste not, want not. Then I can add more to it. I just want to make sure I get some on each one. And I'm trying to use the tip of the spoon to put it in there. There we go. Yum, yum, and yum. Okay, so we're gonna make this little bit work for us. Of course, I can make more and just like really fill these up, but y'all get the idea. there. Let's put the rest there. So that's good enough. Let's make sure that we don't waste any of it. Have it just randomly sitting on the pan. Be on the actual muffin. Okay. So I'm gonna set my timer back to about 5 minutes. I'm gonna pop this back in here and finish cooking. All right. So we'll check it in about 5 minutes. We will check it. Okay, they're fresh out of the oven and they're cooling off. And that's what we got right now. Let's see, let me show you. Don't those look delicious? Don't they look good? And that toffee that was in those cashews, some of it has melted on top of here. And ooh, yummo. All right. So we're gonna wait for those to cool off and then we're gonna bite into one. All right, y'all. So we've let these muffins cool off a little bit. And here they are. Here's the finished product. See that blueberry in there? And got that little bit of streusel on the top. I got some dried blueberries that's on the inside, and honey bunches of oats, like as decoration around the skillet. Of course, it's all edible. So what we're gonna do is taste these for you and let you know what the deal is, okay? All right, so got my knife, got a little bit of soft butter here. First, I'm going to cut it open here. It's very moist and falling apart. Here we go. Let's see here. Get a little bit of butter here. Spread it on. There we go. That's good. Now, I basically made them like according to the cake recipe, minus 1 egg. I can taste the vanilla flavored almond milk. That is optional. You cannot put that in, but you're gonna make it the way I did it. The streusel is good and crunchy, as you can hear. These are a winner. These are a keeper. I think what I would do next time to refine this recipe, I may add a little bit of sour cream to the mix to give it a little bit of a tang. But overall, this is definitely a winner. Altogether, I cooked it in the oven for 19 minutes. So according to the recipe, it was 14 to 19 minutes inside of a muffin tin or a cupcake pan, whatever you want to call it. But this is definitely good. This is definitely a winner. And that little bit of cashew that was mixed into the streusel made that toffee melted on the top, as you can see with this one here. I got this other one here. As you can see, it kind of melted on the top. This is very, very good. Very light. It's not dense at all. And actually, I mean, I put some butter on it because that's what I do with muffins butter. You really don't need it. Because it's nice and moist by itself. Very good. So there you have it, you all. Blueberry red velvet muffins with a toffee streusel with oats and almonds and cashews. Very good, very delicious, very light, very quick. So thank you all for watching Simply Delicious. This is Chris P. I'm signing off for now. But until next time, God bless you and heaven smile on you.